Good morning, everybody. You're tuned to Computers 2K now on the Nissan Communications Network. I'm Amnon, your host for the next hour or so, along with Spence.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Gal is here. And Gal is here.
He's frozen.
Uh-oh. All right.
He's
That's
all froze up.
he'll fix it. Um Nick is not going to be here and Katie's not going to be here. She doesn't feel very well this morning. So I hope you feel better, Katie, and you probably are watching the hockey game.
Oh, it's now?
Yeah,
Oh.
it started at 8.
Oh. Oh. Well, I'll watch the replay.
Our
We're recording it.
Our number is 561-518-9773, and today's show is made possible by vMix Software and is sponsored by Tom Sinclair of Live Streaming Gear.
Yes.
No, I'm looking at the picture on my big monitor, and it looks like at the top of your lift, on your yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a picture hanging on top? Yeah.
That is at the top of the
Okay, it's
blinds. No, it's a cloth thing that I
okay.
got when
All
I
right.
went to a
Yeah, I was
motorcycle
wondering. I
run
said, "What
thing.
is that thing?"
Yeah, it's just they gave out commemorative cloths for it was to raise money for Special Olympics.
All right. Let's see. I think God was saying, "Uh-oh."
I might be able to. I'll be right there. I might be able to close those. I just realized a little bit more.
God is saying home is going through power outages. He lost internet. Wow. And that's interesting because I was under the impression that fiber does not go out when power goes out.
Well, that didn't seem to really help very much, but
It's fine. No, it did. What do you mean?
did it?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, it was maybe it was open like a
Well, that's enough.
quarter of an inch. I didn't
Um,
realize that.
I was saying, God was saying that he's going through some power outages and he lost internet. Uh, I
Oh,
was,
oh.
I was under the impression that fiber does not lose. You don't lose
It
fiber.
depends on your modem whether it has battery backup in it or not. And or UPS or battery. I have mine on a UPS. It does not have a battery backup, so it'll stay up.
I don't
As long as my
think
UPS
any
is
of
good.
the ones I have
Yeah.
has a internal battery, but yeah, they're on a UPS.
Yeah.
But Gal's is too.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless the outage took out the infrastructure,
Oh, jeez.
it's possible.
Anyway, he'll be back.
Can I
Hopefully.
start off with a really great story?
You know you can.
There was a post I saw on. I like to go to Extreme. This has been around a long time. ExtremeTech.com.
Yeah.
They have been around for 20 years. And
Right.
They have great stories. I used to find great deals there. They said that the world has changed, basically. It says Turkish wedding guests gift graphic cards and RAM.
Really?
They show a picture of a wedding, and the couple got from someone a RTX 5090 graphics card, and went to the groom, and the bride got a necklace made of RAM because it's worth so much.
Yeah, but I mean, around your neck.
Well, I mean, it's in little to get it's they're going to use it, but they realize it's just probably a more valuable gift than getting plates.
Yeah.
So, oh, it was just a nice, funny thing to look at this morning.
but it's not funny.
No, it's sad because just another story here from on the same site was that all of the Western digital hard drives,
Are out
certain type, have been gobbled up.
and
Why?
they're
For AI.
for 26 for the year, not
Yeah, for
just
the year,
up to
for the
now, for the
whole
year. Yeah,
year. And the electric prices are there's a movement now, a competition to sign to say that why are we and there's actually they want to pass a bill in Congress. Why are ratepayers, us, paying to have these new data centers
yep.
built?
Because the electric
AI.
companies can
Yeah.
do it. No,
Yeah.
because the electric companies can do that.
Well, then get the new people who want to have the AI
Absolutely.
power to pay for it, the
I can't remember.
infrastructure.
There
So
was a there
they're
was
spreading the load out, and that's why our electric rates are going up.
there was a story last week. I can't remember which company it was that signed a declaration that they will pay the extra electric uh, fees for whatever they're using in their new. I can't remember who it was.
I remember hearing that. It was in a rural area, like in a state that has open land. And they were saying that the cost to build a data center there was so astronomical, and who was going to pay for it? So they're going to pay for it, which is great.
Yeah, no, no, but this was something like, hey, because people are complaining all over, said, no, we should pay for it. And they were hoping that others will do the
To do the
same.
same thing.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
Well, I know. It's good. Like they say, it's going to take an act of Congress. Well, we'll
It
see.
depends on what they do. I mean,
Yeah.
if they need to tie it to capital expenditures for building the data center, they're going to have
Yeah.
they're going to have generator backup, right? They've got to have. They can't just rely on a single source of power.
Correct.
Data centers need two.
Yeah.
So
Oh, data centers have to have
have to have two.
backups.
Yeah, because they can't get certified.
There is, yeah, that's oof.
Yep.
Talk about generators. So Neville came by last week. Um, I told you the generator, one of the generators will
Yeah, it was
start
acting.
run and
Yeah.
then will slowly die. Well, we checked and we checked and we checked and we found some dirt in one of the lines, but that didn't fix it.
Oh,
And I'm waiting for fuel filters. Even though the fuel filter looked good, you can't look inside. And Neville said it. That I saw it do this. We took the um, lines from everywhere and blew air through them to see that they're not collapsed inside. And he said, if that doesn't fix it, then it's the pump itself, the injection pump.
that's the expensive mechanical
That's
one,
the
right?
very expensive one. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I changed it on the other generator that I haven't used in a long time, and that was $495 back out 6 7 years ago.
Oh god, and that means it's 1,500 now.
It's about 1,000 the cheapest. So I told Neville, I said, you know what? Now that I have that other one that I got, I'm I guess I'll turn that other one into a really parts.
Yep.
So we can take that other one from. You can take the pump from the other one and replace this one, see if that works, and then later on we can look at rebuilding this one because they have. I mean, it's ridiculous. Rebuilt one, the cheapest one is about 1,000, but they have rebuilt kits for it. It's in the $30, $40
That's
range.
it?
Yeah,
So what wears out?
the gaskets. They well, one big part is some gasket that goes inside, and they talk about it on Steel Soldiers and other sites. They say that that part falls apart. in the original ones. In the rebuilt ones, they have it made of different materials that does not. So, but that talking about generators.
I was going to rebuild the pump on my pressure washer, my original
Yeah.
from 30, well, 33 years ago,
Mhm.
and couldn't find the gaskets anywhere. And the only way I could find out and try to match it up, like just by comparison, was to take it apart. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. So I bought one on Amazon.
Wait a second.
That
Did it stop working?
No, it was leaking. Water was getting into the oil.
So why didn't you take it apart? Why did you say I'm not going to take it apart?
I was like, you know what? I just had so many different things going on at the same
Oh,
time. It's
okay,
like I'm
okay,
not
all right,
taking
okay,
this apart and going to
yeah,
get
yeah,
crazy trying to find the parts for it. And this
yeah.
was I wanted something more powerful. I had a 5 horsepower engine, so I could go up to
Oh,
like
wow,
3600 psi
yeah,
with that engine. And I was running it like 25, 24. And those uh, cement cleaning things. It's a big disc with a thing that spins inside of it. You ever seen that? It looks a like a big dish where you plug it into your wand, your pressure washer wand, and inside it, it's like the sprinkler that would spin a little.
and it
It's
has.
like that, but it's high pressure. So you can you push it along, and it cleans cement.
You know what?
And
I have a wand on mine that does it. It just you
smaller.
feel it going.
Oh,
Vrrr.
I have that too. That's great for cleaning wood. My gosh.
Well, that's what the only
Yeah,
thing I use this is
yeah.
for cleaning the cement walk.
But
Hmm,
I've got a
interesting.
new one. I didn't buy the cheapest one. Obviously, the cheapest ones are junk. But this is actually a company that's a United States based company that has them made in China, but their design standards are much better. And I'm getting like 500 more psi out of it.
Hmm.
So now it works with that. I borrowed it from my son, the disc, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't go fast enough with my old pressure washer.
But you have a pressure washer.
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Um, PayPal is notifying customers of a data breach after a software error in a loan application exposed their sensitive personal information, including social security numbers, for nearly 6 months last year.
Was it only people that were applying for a loan or
Yeah.
all
So it says
PayPal
the
users?
incident affected the PayPal Working Capital PPWC
Oh, good.
loan
Okay.
app, which provides small businesses with quick access to financing. PayPal discovered the breach on December 12th, 2025, and determined that customers' name, email addresses, phone numbers, business address, social security numbers, and date of birth have been exposed since July 1st. So it's I guess if you used PayPal, if you got to try to take a loan or
Well,
uh
they have a short term thing where you can buy something online and said, "Do you want to pay for that over 4 payments?" It's
yeah,
just
that's
short term consumer credit. Yeah.
PayPal credit. Yeah.
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 Huh.
That's
Do you? This is something I just don't, I'm ignorant here because I don't dive into this. Is how, how often is a exploit like this actually used? Of the thousands of breaches there are there people that are taking advantage of all of them? Basically, when you get the letter, our records show this.
yeah.
It's like, what is the likelihood that this particular breach, now that you're announcing it to the world, supposedly
I don't
fixed?
know. Um
Got to go on the dark
w-
web, I guess, and find out what the.
I got a notice. Oh, when was it? Jeez, 3, 4, 5 years ago from AT&T that they had a breach and uh, Social Security number was exposed. Knock on wood, nothing happened so far.
Oh,
Then and you always kind of worry, oh, they've got my social security. The one thing that it did, it made me a lot more relaxed now when somebody's asking me for social security for, I mean,
oh, you've got the
for
credit freeze on too, right? You've got your credit frozen.
yeah, I mean, but
Yeah,
I had
that's the one single thing that I feel good about because they're not going to be the credit agencies are not going to I'll get a notice saying that somebody's trying to get a
yeah,
credit check against me.
I
So,
I've never I never got anything. I just got a couple of other breaches that said that information was exposed. But it's now when a doctor office or something asks for a social security number, it's a lot easier to give it because said, well, it's already on out there on the web.
yeah,
So what am I worried about?
I typically don't put it down
Yeah,
unless it's if they never can
it's
give me a compelling reason why I
right.
should.
Absolutely.
So used to be. Do you remember when the bills had your social security number
Yeah,
on it?
right on it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
All they do is pull mail out of your mailbox and they had it. And back then, it was much easier to do fraud.
right. But the people were not as smart. The bad people were not as
Yeah.
smart. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Let's see. Users say that Pinterest has become flooded with AI generated images and heavy handed automated moderation, with artists reporting wrongful takedowns and their hand drawn work mislabeled as AI modified. As the company doubles down on AI features and layoffs, longtime users argue the platform's creative ecosystem is being undermined.
Wow.
Um, why are you relying on AI that's screwing up everywhere for your moderation?
I think productivity. That's the one thing that most people can say, I can use this because it's going to automate some piece of what I do. Not the
Huh?
whole process, but it's going to like edit. Like Nick likes it to use it for editing.
I mean, that's one thing,
Yeah.
but he doesn't just use for it and puts it out.
Right. No, of course, because you got to curate. You got to curate. You got to look at it, proofread
Absolutely.
it.
But
Yeah.
obviously, in this case here, they don't.
Do 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 you have uh HBO Max?
No.
We watch a show called The Pit, which is about a Pittsburgh emergency room. And one of the people on the show is a new attending physician that gets assigned there, and she's got all these great ideas because they have to enter all of the records when they treat a patient. Have to upgrade the files and put in the narration of what they did. And if it's all done by typing it in, it takes a long time. So she created this AI thing or had somebody create it for her about how it's, oh, you just dictate it. And it turns out that it was just as bad. Actually worse because you had to go back and proofread it anyway because the stuff was so messed up. Oh, well, it's only 2%. It's like, well, it's enough 2% if it happens, every other day to you where you got to go back and spend time fixing something, then it's not really worth it.
Um, Gal just sent in a message and from Duke Energy said we're alerting you to a power outage. This outage was reported at 9:13. Approximately 419 customers are affected, which means it's not a
Huge. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, we estimate that power will be restored by 2 p.m.
No, it's restored now.
Well, power is on and off,
I,
but
I
that mail, you the
yeah.
if you continue, jump to the third paragraph.
Please check power on if you have power. Please click power on. Oh, to let them know
They are
that you have it.
collecting, yeah, they are collecting
Yeah.
statistics. This is interesting. That's why I shared it. That power on. I haven't clicked it yet. Let's see what's happening.
They say, oh, wait, turn him off. Turn him off.
Well, you just
That's
get a thank you for letting us know. I checked. There were like on the map, there were hundreds in our area of reports. So,
but it was like immediate area, or there were some that
like
were.
the immediate area. Yeah.
Think about how remarkable it is that they're getting all these reports because everybody's got smartphones.
Interesting. But now, Gal, isn't so? Did the UPS work?
So my new UPS work, the old UPS didn't.
It
My
died, or
server and internet is on the old UPS.
so
Yeah.
it completely died?
It shuts down and it doesn't come back when power is back.
Wow.
So, and yeah, and when I switch it on now, it works, right? But power fluctuation, power outages, it doesn't survive it. My new one does. So probably time
Does
to
the new
replace
one
that one.
have any kind of gauge to let you know anything that will let you know that it's overloaded or it's underloaded?
It has. There was no when it's overloaded. It has a very very continuous beep that doesn't happen
Oh no, I mean if you look at it right now,
right now. There's no.
there's
It's
nothing, no LEDs. There's like the ones
no.
I have show, there are 5 LEDs, and like if
Yeah,
there's
no.
very
It has a digital display with a bunch of stuff. It's also connected to my server, but the server is dead, so it hasn't come up yet. It takes a long time.
you mean the server is on but is not up yet.
It's booting and
Yeah,
it
okay, it's
seems
booting.
stuck. I
That's my
hope
point.
the drives are fine. We'll see. I don't know.
Jeez.
I'm worried at this
You
point.
really need to come
I'm
and
worried that that it's a time sink now that I need to take care of. So we'll see.
mm, we'll talk
So,
we'll talk
what
And the
is
thing is, they issued the alarm, that email 920, right?
yeah.
Um, this happened at around 2 a.m. as well.
For how
This
long?
isn't the first outage for the past 10 hours.
For
And there
how,
was no email at 2 a.m.
how long was it out to, do you know?
I don't know. But we
Okay.
woke up because, some smart lights, when
Yeah.
power comes
They,
back, they stay on. So
oh.
suddenly there was some lights at the house. And then I went and and the server was down. Ah,
Mm,
yeah. Now
bummer.
everybody's awake, so there's a lot of people probably phoning in, so they have something. Okay. Boot cycle seems to have completed. That's good.
Nice.
Waiting for servers to be responsive.
Well, at least you can't blame this on AI. On your
Hey,
AI.
we don't know. We don't know. I've
Your
read a report. Did I share it with you guys? I don't think so. So some ex Amazon people who left the company,
Mhm.
anonymously, not named in the article, reported that the last outage they had for 12 hours, this was mostly affecting. This didn't affect the U.S. so much. It was mostly in mainland China. That was because an employee allowed an AI agent to work without restrictions on some production systems, and it took it down. And it took it down for 12. It took 12 hours to get it back, right? it took it down in a way where, you stop everything, and now a human needs to go and untangle that. And like, probably the best thing they could have done was let the AI fix it at that point, because but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if
Speaking
this
about
is.
that, though, I've been using AI lately, more and more, and the main difference in 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 making good use with AI, and uh, where AI can just, shoot off your foot, is to understand it. So it requires skill. Uh, it's complex. It's just a brand new skill set, and it
Mhm.
has nothing to do with the quality of the model. The quality of the model is important, but letting models work for you, do work for you, is not a matter of just a chat with an agent, and just guiding that agent. It's more like creating a quorum of agents that work together, think together, sometimes using different agents from different vendors, right? And letting them go at it, at whatever task you're giving them,
Mhm.
and they double check each other. It's basically like running a small company and being the CEO. That's the way effective work with AI looks like. And we've been doing that at my job on some tasks, mostly development tasks, where this is probably the best use of AI today, is ask the AI to build a tool to do the work that you want in an effective way, in a predictable way, right? In building the tool, it is phenomenal. And so it is a very, very interesting. One thing it will do, it will reduce the importance of um, of the junior software engineer. It will definitely do that. It will reduce the importance of senior engineers who got there just because they can code fast.
Mhm.
Those are less important. It will increase the importance of any engineering mind that knows how to define what they want. Okay. So the people who can actually think, the people who understand their line of work, whether they're in finance, whether they're in communications, whether they're in engineering, the people who understand how your customer actually uses it, right? Or the customers themselves, who are good at defining their problem scope and how they want the solution be made, they are going to be the important people in an organization like this, and they will work with either people who work with AI for them, or directly with the AI, with the AI, defining and testing the outcome and working with the products that will come out. Software, self-tailored software is going to be much more available than off the shelf customizable pieces of software. Like, you can do today. Um, let's say, Amnon, you you're a you're a radio show, right? You have an audience, but you want a better way to share the archive with them. So you have all of these files, you have a DNS name, you have web hosting, but you want to build a website.
Yeah.
In the past, you would either learn HTML, right,
Mhm.
or you will find somebody who knows how to do that, right, and you'll define what you want to. And if you're working with a single person, it depends on whether he gets you or not, and what he did in the past. And it'll look, the result will be, let's
A
let's be
website.
candid, right?
Yeah.
Computer 2Ks now hasn't changed because nobody's changing the design of it and
Right.
nobody's affecting it, right, at all. Now, you get equipped um, with a tool that allows you to work with multiple agents. One of them is going to be in charge of building the code. The other is going to be in charge of testing. The third is going to be in charge of watching over those two and making sure that they are working by their directive. Okay, and and in and I'm not exaggerating, in less than a day, right? You get the most professional looking website, performative, because you'll add another agent that will just test performance while they're doing that,
Mhm.
right? And you probably paid for anywhere between $20 to, I'll exaggerate, $200, right? For a day's work where you were the person who guided it. You were able to all of the outcomes, they come to you. They're vetted, they're tested, they're error free in terms of compilation or code or whatever. And if it doesn't work, you only say, no, this is not it. You go at it again, but this time do this and this and this differently, and then in 10 minutes you
Right.
get another result.
You see, you can
The
explain.
iteration cycle here, right, has shortened substantially, like hundreds times. That's the thing.
Yeah,
And
but
you didn't need to know any of the internals. What you do not need to know is how to set up the system, and that somebody can help you with.
well, but the thing, that's what I was going to say. It sounds very simple, but it's not, because you need to know how to work with agent and how to direct them and how to prompt them and how to,
You
it's
already know how to do that. I'll tell you why. Because you already know how to manage employees. That is the same way. What you do need to know, okay, the first steps is just to understand the architecture underneath of how these agents work. And that somebody sits down with you, teaches you for about an hour, okay? And yes, you'll go ahead and you'll run through a few tests, but from 0 to 100 is going to be, if in the past that would have been months and years,
Mhm.
it is a day or two. It's it's amazing.
All right.
It starts it starts by understanding how just the single interactions with chat bots work. It starts there. It starts by us trying it out, seeing it fail, seeing where its strengths are, uh, seeing that most of the time it gets something almost right on the first try, and on the second try, it is less impressive, and on the third try, it is less impressive, and then on the fourth try, sometimes something changes. It's there needs to be this cycle of trust that is built, and then when you expand it and you take it and you start to understand that you can let multiple models work one with the other.
With each other.
Yeah, it's amazing because you get two separate working minds, but you get something that you don't get in a group of humans. Is you get it without any ego.
Egos. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first one who came up with something, that's the leader, and then the second time the
Yeah.
second one would just follow suit. Uh and if the second one has a task of keeping the first one in check, they will do that. Um it is fascinating. It's fascinating to see it at work. It is fascinating to see the outcome. And I and by the way, it doesn't even matter the question of should or shouldn't I, because the reason I'm saying it doesn't matter is because from what I saw, just talking about should or shouldn't I just means we don't understand it. and this is going to stay. This is not going away in any way.
Hmm. All right.
Now, will it kill jobs? No, it will completely it will revolutionize. It will change it completely.
Well,
The work market, especially in software. I'm guessing in a lot of others. In software right now, it's where the most is done, and I'm guessing it's because it's a software tool, so software people are faster to adapt it. But I can tell you that most software companies are struggling right now because the senior people, those who haven't who have been successful and have a very thriving career without AI, they are very resistant and slow to
accepted.
understand even
Yeah.
what's at stake, right? So those who just started, they will be they will become their seniors very, very quickly.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
If the seniors are not going to accept it, but I mean the good ones
Yeah,
are going to say, "Hey, yeah."
yeah. So
But
those who have the mind to design complex systems and stuff like that, they will climb up the ladder. Uh, I'm guessing it's saying that the salaries in tech, right, will probably go down.
well, it all
They will
depends
definitely
how
go down because the guy who manages the team of I don't know 20 people at this today and makes I don't know
whatever.
anywhere above $150,000 a year, right? He's not that important anymore. His mind is still brilliant, right? But building another guy like that is going there's going to be a need for more people like him, and more people like him will be available 1, 2, 3 years into the job market, and so the salaries will be a lot lower because it's more entry level at this point, right? So now that guy who made $150 a year
Is
is gonna go for the same jobs that an $80,000 a year would do because that's his skill set, right? That's what I think. That's what will happen.
But here is uh, a study from RAMP's economics lab. It found that businesses are steadily replacing freelance workers hired through platforms like Upwork and Fiverr with AI tools from OpenAI and Anthropic, and the substitution is happening at a fraction of the cost. So the cost is still there, but it's still it's there are people that are losing their jobs, and they need to get into doing it with AI.
Yeah,
You need to
it's an
retrain.
evolution.
That's the problem, is the retraining.
Yeah.
And a lot of people resist that. A lot of people do. Yeah. Anyway, um here's something else that's very interesting. A security firm, AI security firm Irregular, has found that password generated by major large language models, Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini, appear complex but follow predictable patterns that make them crackable in hours, even on decade old hardware. When researchers prompted Anthropic Cloud Claude Opus 4.6 50 times in separate conversations, only 30 of the return passwords were unique,
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
18 of the duplicates were the exact same string. The estimated entropy of LLM generated 16 character passwords came in about 20 to 27 bits, far below the 98 to 120 bits expected of truly random passwords.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
How do you air gap an AI?
you shut it down.
Well, no, I mean you remember I sent as a joke the link for that tiny server? What's the name of it?
No.
Tiny.
Seems like I remember the word tiny that you put in somewhere, but I don't remember the article.
Yeah, tiny. They're branding it as tiny, and it was a 60K $60K servers, right? Those are completely standalone machines to run LLMs disconnected from anything. They're not relying on any cloud service,
Oh.
right? They have enough RAM, they have enough GPU to run locally. That's the idea. Yeah.
But you
Interesting.
would have to continuously refresh it depending on what you're doing. Well, maybe not.
Yes, it's a
If you have a
development.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you're using it for editing documents, how often do you have to actually upgrade it?
So what you need to refresh is the model. The model itself, by the way, isn't being affected at all by your conversation. What happens is when we converse on the free services by these companies, we are feeding the next model.
Right.
Okay. There is something called rules, something called agent identity, stuff like that. That is what changes when we ask the chatbot, for the next time, please remember that I prefer blah 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 blah. Then that goes into a set of rules that is always in the context of the conversation you are having with it. The word context mean everything that is fed to the agent. And so you started a chat session, right? You are feeding it tokens. Tokens are letters, words, okay? And you are feeding it a set of tokens as a chat prompt. And so that chat prompt is the first context in the conversation. That, along with whatever ChatGPT, Anthropic, Grok, whatever they fed in um, as the base. So you have the base identity and the first context. Then you move to the second prompt, and what happens is that second prompt creates more tokens, and those tokens, together with the context of the answer and the question from before, are fed as the context for the next discussion, right? The next reply. There's a limit. These models, the RAM they have available, the RAM connected to the GPUs, that those dictate the limits. And today there is a certain limit of the maximum number of tokens that can be used in a single interaction. And so and you reach that very, very fast. And that's what they talk about, the degradation. At a certain point, when you start speaking with it, it loses it lost its train of thought, sort of. It goes mad, right?
It's interesting because I've had the opposite effect where I go and I'm researching a feature on a car and a specific model as to where is this particular drain plug. And I'll get back, oh, that car doesn't have a drain plug. And then
Yeah.
at this location, right? So I'll say,
Yeah.
well, where? All right, well, I have this particular. It comes from this factory. Oh yeah, that one does have a drain plug. So it's exactly the same question, but because I
Yes,
asked it a little bit different, and it almost, it's funny because it says, oh yeah, that's right. This one does have one. So,
correct, correct.
yeah.
So I wonder which one of which chat do you use the most?
Um, I use Grok. I use several. I'll use
Okay, so Grok is an excellent example. Grok searches the web, right? But its first response will not necessarily search the web. So if it has it in its own memory banks or whatever, right? And it's high enough up there, it'll base its answer on that. And if you challenge it, it'll go and search the net, right? Go search the web and say, yeah, you're right, I found it, blah, 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 right? Stuff like that. And you can see
Hmm.
they're called reasoning agents, right? Because you ask it something and it goes through a process of self-doubt, sort of, right? It's like the user said, and some of them they show you the process and said the user asked da 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 da. So I am da 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 da, and he wanted this, this, and this, and I think this is the answer. And then you'll see, but wait, he also said da 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 da. So let me double check my answer, and you can see that process going on through. That is building, that's called reasoning, and then at the end it starts building an answer. In
you
the
can see
context, the reasoning itself doesn't go into the context.
Grok actually will tell you what resources is checking 37
Correct.
sites.
Yeah.
And then from there they'll go. And the next time you ask the same, or you ask for a clarification on a response, you'll
Yeah.
see checking 48 sites
Right.
because now they've got, well, it's nice to know that you can see.
Yeah, and Grok is one of the fastest in web searches.
Yeah.
It is the best at it. Perplexity is up there, um, which does that as well. Yeah, they're all.
I'm,
It's
I'm used,
it's
I'm used to
fascinating
that one
to
too,
see
because
them.
now I know not to just accept the first answer for a vague question
Right.
without asking. As soon as you start to ask for clarification, it broadens the search. So it's
Right,
nice. Yeah.
because it ingests a lot more specific information
Yeah.
about this specific knowledge realm. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleiman expects human level performance on most, if not all, professional tasks from AI, and believes most work involving sitting down at a computer, like accounting, legal, marketing, project management, will be fully automated within the next year or 18 months. He pointed to exponential growth in computational power and predicted that creating a new AI model will soon be as easy as creating a podcast or writing a blog. I mean, I'd like to see his crystal ball, but I mean, you got to think about somebody like this should have.
So I don't know. Seeing what capable AI looks like,
Mhm.
I'm not so sure. So here is how accounting automation will happen. Okay. Um, One thing that is going away is applications like very expensive tax authoring software suites. Okay, those are those will go away eventually. Right now, we're relying on, let's say, TurboTax's ability or H&R Block ability to understand the laws properly and
Right.
ask us the best questions, right, in order for us to fill up the forms correctly. I think I'm categorizing it correctly. So that the it, for TurboTax and H&R Block and all that, creating that software is going to be a lot easier. They're going to need a lot less. They're going to need a lot more accountants and a lot less software people in order to make that software work better for accountants. If you want to make the accounting work better, you're going to need to you're going to need more accountants. You're going to need more minds that think about accounting and less minds that think about how do I design a nice website. Okay, that's the main change that's going to happen. You will not. I don't think today we are ready to give me Gal, the working person, access to an LLM where I tell it, look, these are the forms I got. This is my bank account, right? Fill up the forms. It's not that simple yet. But a person with accounting experience will know how to collect that information, will know how to identify the correct questions that the LLM will provide it and feed that in, and the software will be much less constrained in order to do that. In small firms, it'll look a bit different. Instead of them buying the software that does the work for the company, instead of hiring an external accounting team, the internal bookkeeper, he knows exactly what he needs in order to move forward, and what he can do with an LLM hooked up to the proper interfaces inside the company is he can ask the hard questions without involving anybody from the outside and producing the reports in a very, very efficient way. The way he'll do it is he will ask the LLM to build an interface for him that connects here and here and here, and he can actually query the data. It goes back to the article you talked about passwords, right? If we ask the LLM to come up with a random password, it does a mad job. It's not impressive at all. But if you'll ask it to write an application, right, that always produces a random one and measure the entropy, it'll do that in an hour. You'll get something that is perfect. And from that point forward, you'll use that tool. And not only that, you can tell the agent from this point forward, use that tool when I ask you to generate a password. And suddenly it's an expert at generating passwords. So that's the difference. That's what's going to change. I don't think that can replace customer service completely. It can replace changing the booking of the flight a lot easier. That will happen. It can replace the very automated system interfacing things that people were doing, but that was already being replaced already, right?
Yeah.
By AVRs, by websites. But the websites that we work with will be much more effective. They'll work a lot better.
Hopefully.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a hopeful thing. I think it's a progression thing. It's just going to take a bit time, but that's what's going to happen, and it's going to do it with a lot less software and code monkeys in the back end. There are going to be a lot more software engineers, a lot less code monkeys. What it's good at is being a factory of code. Okay, code manufacturing in a factory in a factory fashion. That is what it's good at. It's not good at designing for you. It's not good at it's not good at coming up with new ideas, by the way, right?
Unless they
It's
write
good at
one.
implementing good ideas, but it's not good at coming up with them.
Okay.
unless somebody else already had that idea and fed it to the system, right? That's the thing, because it doesn't know what good is. Keep that in
Not
mind.
yet, not yet.
Uh,
Not
Not
yet.
ever.
Yeah.
No, not ever.
Well,
Because good is what it's being told it's good. It doesn't have. It doesn't create its internal compass. That compass can be changed every single time. It can start the
uh,
conversation with a certain compass, and at the end of the conversation, the compass will go elsewhere because it is just being guided. It's there's no identity, and nothing in the development of LLMs is going to create an identity. That's not there. That doesn't exist there. You can give it personality, but that's fleeting there. It's more like speaking with a schizophrenic mastermind. Okay, it's
Yeah, the first question is, who are you today?
sort of, yeah, because it's not, or you're defining, right? You are an expert. You're
Yeah,
telling it. That's the way. If you look at the how an agent is defined, that is how it starts. Is you are, or your job is, or, and
yeah,
like you define it. It'll do whatever it needs to do, but it doesn't have a self. Um, and nothing in the development, that's not something that comes out in any way in the development, in the nothing in the progression of the development is even, it's not even there. It's not something that comes out of nothing, right? And so um yeah, it's interesting. It's very
all right.
interesting, but it's not human. It's flawed in different ways, not in the same ways as humans are flawed. There's a lot of similarity in how the human brain works, for example. Okay, if you've ever heard about uh, uh, I still call it the bullshit generator from time to time, right? And that is what it's good at. It's good at uh, predicting what the next couple of words are going to be and presenting them in the sentence, and then figuring out the other parts of the sentence, right? I mean, if you listen to me talk, that is exactly how my brain works, right? I don't know how the end of the sentence is going to finish when I'm done
So are you
speaking.
comparing yourself to the bullshit generator?
We are all bullshit generation, but we are the way we. So take speech, right? The way we humans do speech and the way we humans do chat. Okay, there's two. In speech there's only one way. It's like my brain is activating and I am now thinking about the next word and the next word in the sentence, but before I said those words I didn't have a prediction of the entire sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in chat there are two ways to chat. One is exactly like speech. I type enter, I type enter. Or I type, I stop, I read it, I look at it, I can edit it, and then I type enter. Two different modes. Most of us use the free flow one, the bullshit generation one, right? And that's exactly what these LLMs are doing. And yes, they're getting better at it. They're getting better at generating the next response. They're getting better at getting things right and getting things more accurate. All of the research we're doing around them as humans, we are making them even better and better at it. And they're going to be faster than us at it. Yes, 100%. That's always going to happen. And but one of the things that we do not know as human even to define is what is self, right? There's a lot of philosophy around it. There's a lot of thinking about it, but there's no answers there. And if there is an
Uh,
answer, it's usually somebody either selling you something or trying to get you killed on something. So it's
uh,
um
all right.
yeah.
Okay. We're coming to a time of day, and there's one more little story here. Research suggests that scrolling through short videos on TikTok Instagram, or YouTube shorts is affecting our attention, memory, and mental health. A recent meta analysis of the scientific literature found that increased use of short form video was linked with poorer cognition and increased anxiety. That's may explain why there are. I can't remember who's trying. I think the EU is trying to do it now, but different countries they want to do away with the continuous scrolling.
Hmm.
I mean, nobody's going to do away with the short videos because it's working for some people, so they're going to keep on doing it. But to sit there and just scroll through them apparently is bad. I
The I mean, probably doing anything continuously
yeah, the same
for
thing.
more than I don't know, more than an hour, right? Straight, especially if you pass that and it goes beyond, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 hours. It's probably not good for you. But
Yeah.
then again, you're also not getting paid. There's not right there's no reward other than right other than enjoyment for a second. Yeah, it's
But it's a problem. It is a
but
problem because you see those.
it'll be interesting reading the research because I'm really interested in how they measured it.
No,
Right, what are the tests, the cognitive tests that they did before and after? Was the person ever experiencing anxiety before, right? And this is just an amplifier. But yeah, it's interesting.
yeah.
They use the same tool that provides weather forecasts. Very accurate.
there is
I
there is something about I mean, the feed itself, this endless feed, is produced by what we call algorithms,
yeah.
right? AI algorithms, and the it is also interesting to see researches being done on algorithms that focus on different outcomes, on different reasons to stay, and not just increase. If the algorithm is tied to increasing anxiety because that's the way uh, you keep engagement, I wonder how an algorithm that is focused on, you know, improving society will look like. And will it be able to do that as a secondary goal, or maybe an initial goal, and the secondary goal is to keep engagement, right? How will that algorithm look like? I think
Yeah.
that's also something worth investigating and looking at and seeing if that's the case.
Okay. Well, it's that time of day. Anything else anybody wants to add? Guess not. All right. So thanks, Gal. Thanks, Spence. And good morning, Kathy, Hannah, Nabil, Mac, Norm, Donna, Katie, Dina, Mati, Eleanor, Sarid, Yaakov, and Yael. Thanks everybody for tuning to Computers 2K now. We hope you enjoyed and maybe learned something from our time together. Remember to practice safe computing. Back up your hard drive, update your virus scanner, and change any same passwords where you use them. We'll be back here next Sunday at 9, but you can always reach us at computers2know.com. Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 a.m., Nick hosts the Carolina Journal News Hour on WBT in Charlotte, 107.9 FM. and it's on YouTube. You go to YouTube and just search Carolina Journal News Hour to get all the details. And also Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m., Nick hosts the Nick Craig Show at nickcraig.com. Go to nickcraig.com and get all the old videos and details of how to listen to it live. Have a great week, and we'll see you back next week.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by StreamingGear.com and DeltaForce.net.